In this video, we're going to look at a bar chart and a histogram. We're going to compare them, and we're also going to look at how to read them. The chart on the left is a bar chart, and the chart on the right is a histogram. Now, the bar chart shows us the number of pets owned by a group of students, and the chart on the right shows us the heights of the students. The number of pets is discrete data, whereas the heights are continuous data. We use bar charts for discrete data and histograms for continuous data. Look at the differences between these two graphs. The most obvious difference is perhaps the fact that you have gaps between the bars on the bar chart, whereas we don't have gaps on the histogram. This helps to make it obvious when we're looking at the number of pets that you either have 0 or 1 or 2 or 3 or so on. You can't have 0.5 pets or 1.7 pets, for example. The labelling on the axes is also different. Notice that the number of pets is labelled directly under each bar, whereas the heights are labelled as follows. That's because each bar tells you how many people's heights are within a certain range. So this bar here, for example, tells you that you've got 5 people whose heights are between 115 and 120 centimetres. Let's have a look at the questions then. The first question asks, how many students own 3 pets? What we have to do is look at the bar for 3 pets and read across. And you'll see that 2 students own 3 pets. The second question asks, how many students are between 110 and 115 centimetres tall? We need to look at this bar here between 110 and 115. Reading up and across, we find that there are, again, 2 students whose heights are between 110 and 115 centimetres. The third part of the question asks us how many students are over 120 centimetres tall. So we need to look at the number of students who are between 120 and 125, 125 to 130, 130 to 135, and 135 to 140 centimetres tall. Reading that first bar, we find that we've got 6 students, plus 4 students from the second bar, plus 2 students, plus 1 student. Those are the number of students in these 4 bars. Adding those numbers up gives us 13 students. A slightly quicker way to do that question might have been to work out how many students were less than 120 centimetres tall. That would have been 5 students plus 2 students from these 2 bars down here. So we know that 7 students are less than 120, and we know that there were 20 students altogether, so 20 minus the 7 would give us 13. The last part of the question is tricky. How many pets in total are owned by the 20 students? Let's have a look at this graph. We have 9 students who own 0 pets, so in total those students own 0 pets. Next, we've got 6 students who own 1 pet each. So in total, those 6 students own 6 times 1, which is 6 pets. Next, we've got 3 students who own 2 pets. So 3 students owning 2 pets each means that they own a total of 6 pets. Finally, we have 2 students who own 3 pets each. So those 2 students own a total of 2 times 3, which is 6 pets. That means the total number of pets owned by the 20 students is 0 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6, which is 18. If that's a little confusing, you could think of it like this. We have 9 students who own 0 pets. So if we were to list out the number of pets owned by each of the 20 students, we would have, first of all, 9 zeros. Then we have 6 students who own 1 pet each. So we would have Then we have 3 students who own 2 pets each. And finally, we have 2 students who own 3 pets each. So here is a list of 20 numbers, and these numbers tell you how many pets each of the 20 students own. And if you add up all of these numbers, you will get 18. We just took a shortcut by doing 9 times 0 for these, 6 times 1 for these, 3 times 2 for these, and 2 times 3 for those on the end.